mentally, physically, and emotionally, Shakur is going to be here compared to Ryan. Not just because he's my brother, it's because they've been in the ring with each other, and he never defeated Shakur as an amateur. So what makes me think you're going to defeat him as a professional?
No, I thought you was bigger than this, bro.
You know I'm not big. Wait, why do you think I was big?
God, oh man.
You gotta have some type of punching power to get me off of you, because it'll be a different style, and I'm not gonna hit him great. Every time I get, I'm gonna put it on him, you know. I want that punch. Let's get it. I like the hat. You look fly, but I want that work. Let's get it. Let's make it happen. Outstanding performance. Thank you.
I know your team secured, but what do you think of Ryan's performance?
Ryan did amazing.
Amazing. All right, thank you, Terrence.
Listen to this. Terrence Crawford is sitting at the very top of the sport right now, and he's not sugarcoating how he thinks this ends. He's been loud, clear, and almost ruthless in saying that Ryan Garcia is stepping straight into danger. In his view, Shakur Stevenson doesn't just win, he dominates. After breaking down Ryan's most recent title victory, Crawford said the defensive flaws were impossible to ignore, and he made it clear that Shakur is nothing like the slower, flat-footed opponents Ryan has seen before. This wasn't some light commentary either. It felt like a full-blown warning shot, and Crawford is making sure Ryan understands that what's waiting for him in that ring could turn into a long, painful night.
I'm open to all those, whatever. Shakur, somebody that I fought in the amateurs, and we went at it, and I felt like I beat him. But, the politics in the USA boxing at the time were a little different, and I still got a chip on my shoulder. I've been wanting that rematch for a minute. Hopefully we get it. And, when my hand heals, I'll be looking for that opportunity for sure.
Hold up. The confetti hadn't even settled before Terrence Crawford dropped a reality bomb for everyone watching. Live on the broadcast, he didn't hold back one bit when asked about that hyped 144-pound catchweight showdown. Crawford ripped through all the surrounding hype, spelling out exactly why Ryan Garcia's recent victories are more glitter than substance. In his analysis, Mario Barrios was way too slow, too predictable, just standing there waiting to get tagged. He had zero plan for that lightning-fast hand speed. But stepping into the ring with Shakur, that's a whole different level, a whole new league. Crawford's message was icy and unmistakable. What got Ryan the W last night? Yeah, that won't fly next time he faces a defensive wizard like Shakur.
Your first world title. You guys all remember when you won your first, so you guys have won quite a lot, so you might have to dig back into that memory tank. Does it not give you an extra something? Will Ryan not approach his next fight with a bit more confidence because he is now a world champion?
Yeah, he's probably gonna feel a little bit more confident now that he's champion, but he's a little late to the party, so I don't think that the world title is gonna make a difference with how he's feeling because he's late.
I definitely think that he's going to have a lot of confidence. But at the same time, if he's going up with a fighter like Shakur, it's going to be different because they've been in the ring with each other many a times as kids. And he's going to have that edge mentally over Ryan, even going in the ring, set aside his skill set. So I just think mentally, physically, and emotionally, Shakur is going to be here compared to Ryan. Not just because he's my brother, it's because they've been in the ring with each other, and he never defeated Shakur as an amateur. So what makes me think you're going to defeat him as a professional?
Fans keep swooning over Ryan's lightning-fast hands and that nasty left hook, but seasoned eyes catch a huge, glaring weakness lurking beneath all that flash. There's an old-school boxing saying, timing beats speed, and this potential showdown is about to put that mantra to the ultimate test. Crawford, along with other purists, sees Ryan's leaky defense and his habit of relying on stationary targets as an open invitation for a smart, calculating fighter. Shakur isn't going to stand there, trade shots, and wait to get hit. He's a slippery, moving puzzle, using elite lateral movement and a sky-high ring IQ to frustrate and dismantle opponents piece by piece. Crawford is adamant. Ryan's explosive power? It's going to smack nothing but air, turning what should have been a flashy night into a long, grinding, and downright humiliating evening under the lights.
Fight. He calls out Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson was on the broadcast today, and he did a good job, really good job. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson, great job. But it seems like the fight is Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia. Now, let me know what y'all think in the comment section about the actual matchup per se, but is this Shakur Stevenson's toughest task, or Ryan Garcia? Someone that has great timing, great speed, even bigger than him. Well, let's see. They agreed to make the fight happen at 144 pounds. I'm excited. You don't see Conor Ben talking about it anymore now that he's at Zuffa League. Now, the Haney fans are going to be like, wow, are we fighting this guy next? You know? Because that was one of the most anticipated rematches with so much controversy. But right away, once again, Ryan Garcia says that I fight anybody, and he wants Shakur Stevenson next.
Adding gasoline to a fire that was already blazing, Shakur Stevenson didn't just shake hands with the challenge, he went full-on psychological warfare mode. While he publicly confirmed he'd step into the ring at the proposed 144-pound catchweight, he made one thing crystal clear on social media. There's one non-negotiable rule. Every single step of this fight, strict VADA testing. No shortcuts, no exceptions.
Thought Ryan did his thing tonight. I don't know. Was VADA involved in this fight?
Is that how good he looked? Is that how good he
at
looked?
the end of the day, I seen him with Rolly. He didn't look like that. So my question is, was VADA involved in the
Yes.
fight? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
That's
But
very good to hear.
if he's fighting me next, I'm all for the challenge, but VADA will be involved.
If he is fighting you next, and we are going to get to the highlights, stick with us. You mentioned 144. Will you go to 147 for it, or would it have to be somewhere in the middle?
Now we're gonna meet in the middle.
You're gonna meet in the
Two
middle?
big stars, big fight. We don't need a belt for the fight.
Yeah. I like how his face has just changed. The eyes have changed. He's already on the mean mugging now.
This wasn't just another behind-the-scenes contract discussion. This was a sharp, calculated dig aimed straight at Ryan's very public testing controversies from recent fights. By flashing those scandals front and center for everyone to witness, Shakur is already running a full-blown mind game. He's trying to get inside Ryan's head, rattle him, and throw his focus off long before any official paperwork even hits the table. The mental war has officially kicked off, and Shakur is showing he knows exactly which buttons to push to get under Ryan's skin.
Now, we're here, and we seen Devin Haney today post up a flyer with you, with not just Devin, but the Ring Magazine. Posting the rematch, being one of the biggest fights in boxing. Is that rematch bigger than a Shakur Stevenson fight?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. By far, there's no comparison. In fact, you know what? Shakur, in order for him to fight us, he's gonna have to come up to 47.
Straight up.
And I'm gonna tell you why. Straight up, because Crawford, didn't he go up to Canelo?
Right. No right.
And he got it right. And he got respect, right? Okay, why doesn't Shakur go up to Ryan? Think about it. He wants Ryan to go on a catch weight. We don't want to go start going down. You know what I mean? Unless it makes sense. But I doubt it. But if he wants it, hey, come to us. Because we're already there now. So it makes sense to me. And let's see what happens. But
What makes this potential showdown explosively dangerous is the buried history these two young stars share. This isn't some suddenly cooked-up feud dreamed up by promoters just to sell pricey pay-per-views. Their tension goes way back to the grind-heavy, unglamorous days of the amateur circuit. Long before the millions, the celebrity entourages, and the stadium lights flashing everywhere, Ryan and Shakur were already crossing paths, throwing serious leather in quiet, sweaty gyms. In fact, Ryan has boldly stated that he stepped into the ring with Stevenson back then and came out with the clear upper hand. He genuinely believes he's got the psychological advantage and even holds the secret key to cracking Shakur's flawless defense. That hidden chapter feeds their massive egos, turning what might look like a stylistic mismatch on paper into a deeply personal, ego-fueled war where pure pride is on the line.
For the amateurs, very controversial fight. I think he got the W.
Yeah.
What can we expect from a fight between you and him?
We're very fast. You're going to see people that are quick back and forth. And Shakur knows that he can't get lazy with me at all. That's why, like, he was looking at me right now and goes, "Ooh, you're not even big." I'm like, "Bro, you were scared if I was big? That's crazy. Like, that's what you were scared of?" All right. So I got a little glimpse on what he was kind of worried about. But size don't win fights at all. You seen that today. Mario was bigger than me. But I was quicker. And, you know, but I want that fight. I feel like I'm always up to the challenge of anybody. There's always a way to win.
The court of public opinion hasn't exactly cut Ryan any slack since Crawford's comments blew up online. Scroll through any major Reddit thread or boxing forum and the verdict is brutal. Hardcore fans are backing Crawford's harsh assessment, calling this potential matchup an absolute mismatch of epic proportions. Across social media, especially X, the consensus is clear. Stevenson's elite ring IQ is a deadly trap for anyone with glaring fundamental flaws. Fans are openly predicting a straightforward night for Shakur, echoing the widespread belief that Ryan's defense is far too weak to survive 12 rounds against a precision-minded sharpshooter. The internet is practically writing Ryan off, treating his lightning-fast hands as almost useless against someone who barely ever gets tagged clean.
Solid fighter, you know, and Ryan Garcia is a solid fighter. Not a great fighter, but a solid fighter with a lot of attributes, you know, power, speed, you know, youth. And so it was a 50-50 fight. It was tailor-made for Ryan Garcia, and he pulled through. So shout out to Ryan Garcia. If he was VADA tested and he was clean, can't take nothing away from him. He won. He's a world champion now. He's lived up to his potential somewhat. You know, he can be a champion forever. There's no taking it back now. He's at least achieved the world championship. And so shout out to him, you know, shout out to him to come back, because even at the same time, he did the cheating or whatever, the Osterang, faced all the backlash, faced the scrutiny from everywhere, and everything that goes along with that, coming back, losing the fight to Rolly, you know, who's perceived as, you know, not that worthy. But, you know, a good fighter, too. Shout out to Rolly, you know what I'm saying, getting better and doing the things that he's done. So to come back from all that, and, you know, they put him in great position. So whoever was that Oscar De La Hoya, put him in great position. You know, so you can't take these guys out of position. I want to not go too far off the subject, but I'm seeing Ben switching up on Hearn. You know, these guys putting you in great position, man. You never bite the hand that feeds you. But so yeah, so at the end of the day, from all the hoopla and all the arguments and the disagreements, he finessed that man to the world championship. So you got to give Oscar De La Hoya a lot of credit on that. You got to give Ryan Garcia for coming through, because Barrios, you know, was ready and trained to fight and was a world champion and had been battle tested. And Ryan Garcia prevailed.
But hold up. It would be a huge mistake to completely dismiss the loud, rising counter-narrative. Could one of the top pound-for-pound kings actually be off the mark here? Several respected voices are stepping up, making it very clear that the world shouldn't forget exactly who Ryan Garcia is and what he's capable of.
Mario Barrios, one tough SOB. He was not going to get knocked out in the first round, and come to find out he wasn't going to get knocked out at all, but that was a tone setter for the fight. And it was like, from that moment on, Ryan had almost zero issue with Barrios, and Barrios had no answers for anything Ryan was doing. And again, I told you, go back and watch my video. Yes, the left hook was prevalent and it landed in this fight, and Ryan was devastating with it, but it would be the right hand. It would be the hand that everyone forgot that Ryan Garcia had. And one, to be fair, he hadn't shown had been as devastating as his lead hand for a very long time. That would be the difference maker in this fight. It was, I think, the second difference maker behind his jab, because Ryan Garcia, and you can even see it before the fight, Oscar De La Hoya was standing there in Ryan's corner as they did the introduction. He looked at Henry Garcia, Ryan's dad, who, by the way, is undefeated as Ryan's head corner, and he was saying, jab him, continue to use your jab. And Ryan did that throughout the fight. Listen, I could go round by round and break this thing down for you guys, but it was a wash. Mario showed toughness. He showed heart. He has nothing to be ashamed of. He was a world champion, but he got ran over tonight. It was dominant. It wasn't a second of the fight, maybe up until, round 10 or 11 that Ryan lost. He was putting the beats on Mario Barrios. He was beating him from pillar to post. There were shots that Ryan wobbled Barrios with throughout the fight that I was like, this has got to be it. This is the moment where Ryan's going to get him out of there. And Barrios, to his credit, just was tough as nails. And to the point where that toughness, and Ryan mentioned this before the fight, that toughness would get him into trouble, and that Joe Goossen wouldn't stop the fight to save his fighter. I worry about Mario Barrios, and I think he needs to take a long time off because he took a beating tonight.
Boxing analysts like Wade Plemons are shining a spotlight on the raw, unfiltered ferocity Ryan displayed in his most recent fight, showing that he's rapidly transforming into an entirely new kind of beast inside the ring. Coach Bremen jumped into the heated conversation as well, reminding everyone of Ryan's elite amateur background, a foundation that earned him serious respect from top-level fighters long before he turned pro. There's a growing theory making the rounds that Ryan's unpredictable style and lightning-quick timing could actually be the secret code needed to crack Shakur's supposedly flawless defense.
Now he's world champion. Lots of people were saying, listen, man, if he lost this fight last night, he would have been shelled. People would have been looking at him like he is not that guy. I can't believe we put him in the Four Kings discussion, that type of deal. Never become champion. What do you think this win has done for Ryan Garcia and at the welterweight division?
It reestablished his career. It did. He needed this win for his whole career. Listen, they can say belts don't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they do. Belts don't matter when you at a certain level, the Canelo, the Floyds, the Pacquiaos. But Mill, you around the gyms, what does everybody want to hear? And the new guys walk in the gym and they scream that. They whole life, they wait to hear. You see how emotional he was when he won that belt?
Yep.
He could tell everybody, oh, belts don't matter, belts don't matter. That's bullshit. Belts matter. Every fighter, we keep score for a reason. You want to be a world champion. You want your night. So it reestablished his career, and nobody could throw that up in his face again that you never been a world champion. You know who else needs that? Virgil Ortiz. He needs to win a world championship if you're going to make some kind of stake as a great fighter, especially in this era where 4 belts are available. So that reestablished Ryan's career, and he needed to win a world championship to legitimize himself. You can't just keep going around just taking money fights over and over again. Conor Benn is another one. Never won a world championship. Makes all this money, has all these people going on crazy about it, but he never won a world championship. You want to legitimize yourself, or your career will never get legitimized.
The stakes for this 144-pound showdown couldn't be any higher. On one side, you've got a master of defensive genius and ring IQ at the absolute peak of the sport. On the other hand, an explosive, unpredictable force of nature, desperate to prove the so-called legends wrong. Will Terence Crawford's grim warning come true, exposing a massive gap in elite skill levels? Or is Ryan Garcia about to completely shut down the pound-for-pound king, silence ruthless internet critics, and shock the boxing world with one perfectly timed, devastating left hook? Boxing has a long history of flipping the script when you least expect it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Crawford is spot on with his harsh prediction, or is Shakur confidently walking into a violent trap he won't even see coming? That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our next uploads. And don't forget to leave your takes in the comments below. Stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next one.